Off the bat, I'd like to thank everybody for watching this, and a special thank you to the person that convinced me to do this. Um, I'd like to explain kind of what this is and what I'm doing here. So the goal for this is for me to tell my story in hopes that it helps someone else either reach out to me or someone they love, or to know that they can do this and they're strong, and there is a reason. So I'd like to start with telling my story. And so recently I've come to terms with, and am just now kind of starting to talk about this with others and be open about it. And so I do have anxiety and depression, and have been dealing with it for a while now. It started about my sophomore year of college, about midway through the semester. There was a lot on my plate, and a lot of things that were going on that scared me and were not easy for me to deal with, and just kind of caused a lot of anxiety and angst about what was yet to come and what was going to be. So that was extremely difficult for me in that moment, to understand how to deal with it. I didn't have the right coping mechanisms and strategies to deal with that. So that led to some states of depression, and was starting to be cyclical in that moment through my sophomore year. And then into my junior year, a lot of things continued to go the same way and get worse, a lot more prevalent. The anxiety was a lot more prevalent and came quicker in cycles, and then the depression would follow shortly after, and would kind of just be like a never-ending cycle of just what was going on with me. Was a lot of moments where I didn't know what was going on. So much was going on. I felt really anxious and was really struggling with that. And then it would lead to just me not wanting to do anything and having a lot of struggles with motivation and getting up and doing the things that I needed to do, and didn't really realize how bad it had gotten until my junior year, end of my junior year into my senior year, where I started to get to a really, really low point. I had a few things that were keeping me going with trying to be prepared for the next football season and things like that. And I was really focused on those things because that's what was getting me through. And I didn't really talk with anyone. This whole time I felt like, why was I going through this? Not in the sense that I was being punished or something was wrong with me. I just didn't understand why no one else was going through it. And I didn't know if anyone else was going through it, and I didn't want to talk about it because I didn't want people to judge me or ridicule me for being a guy going through this. I think that was another thing, was being a male. A lot of people don't really look at you as someone who is emotional or has these types of feelings or can feel this type of way. So that was really difficult for me to realize that there's nothing fundamentally wrong with me. Just had to work through that. So, but back to the story. Between my junior and senior year, I really got to a really low point. The depression was kind of taking over, and caused a lot of negative thoughts about myself, and also about what was going on in my life. Just felt like the only way, or the best way for me to deal with it, would be to just get away and not deal with it, so running away from my problems. And that was not what needed to be done. And then eventually it started to lead to thoughts of suicide, which really scared me, and really scares me still to this day, just how low I had gotten. And that's when I started to go to a counselor and started to deal with some of these issues, and really took the time to focus on myself and tackle all of these issues with ways that I can deal with it, handle it in the moment, and things like that. Along with going to the counselor and finding those strategies, I also turned to reading the Bible and the Lord. And if you know from my social media, I do have 2 tattoos that I got recently, one being a semicolon and the other being Joshua 1:9. Joshua 1:9 means a lot to me, and got me through pretty much this whole situation, and let me know that I was on the right path, because shortly after I got it, I came home for a weekend and went to church, and wasn't thinking a whole lot about it, but was noticed immediately that the verse that was being focused on that day was Joshua 1:9, and that kind of told me that I was on the right path, and that I knew I was going to get to wherever I needed to be because of that. And most importantly, the thing for me that helped probably the greatest was talking to others. I have a great group of friends that support me no matter what, and the hardest thing for me and throughout the whole time was understanding that I can talk to them, because they're not going to judge me for feeling this way or feel like I'm less of a man for that. They all want what's best for me and expect me to talk to them constantly. So that's really important to me to let people know that you surround yourself with great people, and they're all there for you no matter what. And people will walk into your lives and show you a certain thing that you needed, and others will be there for you, and people will come back into your life. But that requires you as a person to understand that not everything is always bad, and reach out to others, talk with others. You never know who's going through things similar to you, and even if they aren't, they're someone who's going through something completely different, may have gone through a bit of depression and they don't even know, and there's a way that you can connect and talk with them. So the most important thing for me in this video is to explain to everyone that's watching that you can make it through whatever, no matter how low you're getting or how low you've gotten. You never know what people are going through. So either be the one that sends a video to someone like this that tells them, hey, I don't know if you're going through something, but reach out, talk to them. Or if you are a person that sees this video and you're going through something right now, know that I'm here to talk. If I'm sure that my social media will be tagged in all of this, but I'm here to talk if you need someone. I feel that my purpose right now is to be there for anyone who's going through anything, because I know how important it was for me to have people surrounding me that have come into my life that will be there for me forever, no matter what happens, and were there for me to talk to even when I didn't want to talk, they sat next to me, or just were there and with me, so that I could feel their presence. And I think that that's something that everybody can appreciate, is having some sort of person or people that really do love you unconditionally and will always be there for you and will help you through this time. So reach out to them, or reach out to someone that you know might be going through something difficult. And then this also is going to lead to something that I've wanted to do for a while, is a project about all of this. So if you are someone who has been going through a mental health issue, or has been struggling with something, then reach out to me, please, and let's discuss how you might be able to get in on a project that I've been wanting to start for a while, to help others understand what's going on in your own head, in your own mind, in your own heart. And I really want this to be a catalyst for a few things. One, this for people to know that they can reach out to me or others, for this to be sent to people that might need it, and then also for this project, because I want to continue to help others with everything mental health wise, and reach out to them and be have an impact on as many people's lives as I can, because I know that was what was important to me. And if you want to discuss anything with me in more depth about what I had been through and what I continue to battle every day, then please reach out, and don't hesitate to talk to me. But do know that everything is happening for a reason, and that you will get through this no matter what.